This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes return home tonight in a primetime matchup against UCLA. It's the first meeting with the Bruins since 2001. UCLA will reportedly be without quarterback Nico Iamaleava for tonight's game due to a concussion. Iamaleava suffered the head injury, and the Bruins lost to Nebraska last Saturday, but concussion symptoms didn't appear until after the game. Kickoff tonight from the Shoe is at 7:30. Getting started here at noon today, Indiana hosts Wisconsin. Michigan takes on Northwestern at Wrigley Field in a top 25 clash with number 9 Notre Dame visiting number 22 Pittsburgh. 3 other top 25 matchups later today with Iowa visiting USC and a couple in the SEC with Alabama hosting Oklahoma and Texas takes on Georgia in primetime. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The Fan is live and local with Fan Sports Saturday. The Fan Sports Day of the Week. Oh, this is some clever branding. Here's your host. Place, name, here.
Of the many reasons to appreciate Ohio State's head coach Ryan Day, I think the news that Jacob Reimer just gave you will make it extra appreciative for that every time almost this season, Ohio State's head coach has a microphone in front of him and is asked about the other team and what they're doing or what they need to do against another team. Ryan Day always turns it around and says it's what we need to do. Yeah. It's about us. It's about this team and how we need to get better at everything every single day. And I'm sure when they heard the news that Nico Iamaleava will not be playing for UCLA tonight, he didn't bat an eyelash. Because it doesn't matter who's on the other side up opposite them. It's always been about a team for Ohio State, 9-0 on the season, looking to make it 10-0 as Week 12 or the Saturday in Week 12 of the college football season gets underway. And Tito, it's wonderful to see you on this Sports Saturday because with what's going to happen tonight at the Shoe on the field, it's almost a write-your-own-score game, and I'm thrilled we don't have to do the post.
Yes, me too. It's a
bloodbath.
So it's what you brought up about Ryan Day. Yes, he does that. He always makes it about we're Ohio State playing against Ohio State.
Doesn't matter doesn't matter the opponent. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Doesn't matter the personnel. What matters is what we're doing.
Do you remember any other coach having that approach? I didn't mean to rhyme that. They're like Dr. Seuss, but like it. Because Lou Holtz is famous for always saying, "Oh, that's a great team we're playing." Sure. When we're at a distance, all these things. Some coaches go that route. But I've never heard a coach. So I'm just trying to think, and you've cut up sound here for a long time and things like that, and you do that and you hear coach speak and you're all over the press. I've never heard another coach do that in a major college football.
Not with the frequency that Ryan Day's done it at.
Right.
But in a way, Nick Saban's been similar.
Okay.
And talking about rat poison and talking about how his team needs to practice harder and they need to execute better. When those earlier Alabama teams were up by 15, 20 points, and he would still at the end of the game come in. Actually, LSU teams. I remember press conferences when he was coaching the Tigers. There'd be press conferences after wins. Yeah. He'd come out and just eviscerate his guys because they didn't play hard enough because they didn't keep the foot on the gas for the entire game. That's it.
Huh?
Is the Tuscaloosa, and that's rarefied air. But it's what Ryan Day's chasing.
Yeah, you're right.
And, of course, it continues tonight. Now, UCLA comes in. I don't know if there's been a team or a program that's had as turbulent of a year as the Bruins. And turbulence is usually there's a negative connotation to it.
Right.
But I think when Nico Iamaleava transfers to Westwood, I think there's turbulence in that program because they had a quarterback. I want to say it was Joey Aguilar.
Who then went,
transferred
traded
from App State, went to UCLA,
and then Tennessee.
Now is at Tennessee.
Right.
So there's turbulence there. There's Deshaun Foster's the head coach,
right.
But only the head coach because of the turbulence with Chip Kelly coming to Ohio State. Or Chip Kelly, I guess, just leaving the head coaching position. Yeah. And when you have Madden Iamaleava also.
Right.
And you have that turbulence. And then you have what has been probably the worst start to a season in Bruins program history. They fire him.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Skipper's the interim. You have Neuheisel's kid as the offensive coordinator. And then they rip off 3 wins. One of those against Penn State. Turbulence there because now all of a sudden you look at UCLA as, all right, it's Tim Skipper the guy, all right, is Jerry Neuheisel, a coordinator that could be for one of these head coaching jobs. But it also gets Penn State to fire James Franklin.
Right.
And the turbulence that all creates. And now this is just the extra, another ingredient into that where Nico out with a concussion. UCLA comes in playing Ohio State. The line moved from 31.5 to 34.5.
Right.
And you had your leading rusher, obviously your starting quarterback. And what you're going to have now for the Bruins is a guy in Luke Duncan who's never started a college football game, never thrown a pass in a college football game.
On the road at night against this Ohio State
number
defense.
one team in the country. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere at Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is probably the last time all season you're going to get to celebrate these players, this team, in a night situation. You'll have Jerry Lucas ringing the victory bell.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have all the pomp and circumstance with a night game, fireworks, drone shows. The atmosphere will be great. And I wonder, Tito, for Matt Patricia, you get to kind of pick what you want to do today. Do you want to keep it simple and have your guys just feast? Or do you want to dial everything and throw stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and to let Michigan, to let Rutgers, to let Indiana, to let other teams around the country know, hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
Because you've got the guys to do kind of whatever you want. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. I think look at this quarterback, Luke Duncan, and say, well, this will be a fun.
Yeah.
How could they not?
Right. It's when you look at, the fact that guys never throw a pass for this week gets thrown into. And on the flip side of that, too, Reese, I wonder, do you think there's a chance we see Tavion St. Clair tonight?
No, not tonight.
You don't think so?
No, because and we'll have greater conversation about what we think the offense is going to be. But I do want, and I'm not sure how I feel about if it's going to happen or not.
Right.
A game wrapped up in the third quarter to you give Lincoln the entire fourth quarter to run the full complement of Ohio State's offense. Not just run in and do the Lincoln Kienholz package.
Right.
Run in and actually throw some balls down the field, get receiver, you get Bryson Rogers, you get some, Mylan Graham, some of the younger guys, if they're healthy tonight, let them go out there and ball in the fourth quarter is what I want to happen.
Sure.
But I'm almost positive this is going to be a similar offensive approach to what you saw last week at Purdue.
Yeah.
Now, if Julian Sain doesn't throw that interception in the end zone last week against the Boilermakers, I think that fourth quarter could have been Lincoln's to do just that.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because
I think that's
Julian
fair.
was looking at, and there was the only drive for the Buckeyes in that third quarter, but he was looking at a 4-touchdown day. If they convert in that red zone instead of turn the ball over, there's 4 touchdowns for Julian. There's probably 300 yards passing.
Yeah.
And you're good to go because those are good Heisman stats.
Yeah.
To keep this building the closer we get to November 29th, because this game will be in a vacuum in our closet. Nobody's going to watch outside of Ohio State fans and maybe a smattering of UCLA fans.
Right.
Next week against Rutgers, we'll get that time tonight or tomorrow morning. Nobody's going to watch. But November 29th, everyone's going to watch.
Yes.
So it flips.
It
but
does.
You have 2 weeks to stat pad.
Arizona's already scored on Cincinnati.
Do you think
that was quick?
Do you think being tonight at home has a little bit more incentive to kind of open it up a little bit?
I
and
hope.
put on a show for the fans a little bit, since there's only 2 more left one more after tonight.
I hope, but I also look at last week with Carnell Tate out, with Josh Padilla out, with Phillip Daniels out, and I wonder how many of those guys are going to play tonight. You probably don't need any of them.
No.
You would like to have Padilla out there, see if he can get some snaps at right guard.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering who else, because they're not the most transparent with their injury report, Ohio State.
Right.
And so if you've got guys that are nursing injuries that you can't put a proper timetable on, what's that look like, right? Like, is any of the guys up front? Because we've talked about this, Tito. At this point in the season, everybody's dealing with something.
Everyone's hurt.
So I think that's my biggest thing is you have to weigh how healthy are your starters.
Right.
Then I would hope you give some fireworks for the fans in attendance. But I don't see that happening.
This is one of those games where, Ryan Day is too classy for me. I got hang 60
you
on him.
want a Kurt Signetti.
That's what I want. That just tonight. I do. He can be great everywhere else and be buttoned up and be really mature.
Yeah.
But today, I want him to be petty and immature.
I want a Kurt Signetti on November 29th.
I want that too. Yes,
That's
that's
the thing.
fair.
I don't care about the next 2
this
weeks.
game,
I
yeah.
want it that week.
Yeah.
I think most Buckeye fans would agree with you, Reimer, where it's you just get into the game. I picked it yesterday 45-3, even without Nico Iamaleava. You're still going to win 47-0, maybe 47-3 if they somehow get in. I don't know. They don't have their leading rusher and
I
the
don't know how they're
quarterback's
gonna
out, and the
score.
guy's never thrown a pass in a college game, and his brother Madden's the backup.
And he's going up against the best
It's the
defense in
number one
college
defense
football.
in the country.
The number one defensive coordinator of the country too, by the way.
So I don't know. And look, they're
Thoughts and prayers.
I'm just thinking this in my head. Somebody's like, well, hey, They're Division I players on scholarship too. There's levels to this, right?
Yeah.
UCLA comes in with the 77th ranked total defense in the country.
Right.
So I do think for Matt Patricia and for Brian Hartline and Ryan Day, it's how do you want to best just get to the end of the game healthy?
Yeah. Right, I know.
And then do the same thing next week against Rutgers. Because you need everybody rowing, or you need everybody to 100% for Michigan.
Yeah.
And I don't want to poo-poo this too much. So we're not. We're going to try to make this as fun of an atmosphere, as fun of a preview as possible. Tito, you and I are on until 2 o'clock today. Then we'll go step aside for Matty Ice, Dane Senzabacher, Devere Posey on the pregame show from 2 to 4. And then we'll go live to St. John Arena or outside of St. John Arena for the fans' tailgate show. Anthony Rothman, Dave Biddle, Tim May. They'll have Ohio State Sports Network pregame coverage with Skip, Paul, and Jim. Come your way at 6 o'clock. The Boot will meet the ball at 7:30, and that's probably the end of the game if you're UCLA.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
I think Ohio State fans, and I'm going to try my best to enjoy this.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy tonight and enjoy what is a wild and wonderful Saturday of Week 12 in college football.
There's a lot of good games today, a lot of big games today that they're going to have that are seriously impact what the next rankings are going to be next on Tuesday.
There's also UConn and BYU in basketball.
Thank you very much. Is it 12:45 yet? I'm looking at my. No,
you wanted
not yet.
to do, when we talked about the show, do a college basketball specific segment, and you said 2:15?
2:15, yeah.
So maybe we do it in the 2 o'clock hour.
That's right. Great idea.
Talk some college hoops. Because
We'll do it out
just
there.
mean.
It was a really cool, I think yesterday was really cool with Jerry Lucas
Yeah.
and him getting his statue unveiled at the Schottenstein Center, and he'll be the victory bell ringer tonight. And hopefully he's in attendance for tomorrow. 3-0 Ohio State hosts 3-0 Notre Dame.
Yep.
That'll be a 12:30 tip from the Schottenstein Center. If the basketball Buckeyes can handle their business and go to 4-0, they're probably ranked on Monday.
I would think so,
They're in the
yes.
others receiving votes category. You'd like to think the defense can get a little bit better, but offensively, they feel like they're clicking. We'll have a Devin Royal update at the bottom of this hour on that. Not really an update because it's still, when I read the comment from Jake Diebler, again, around 12:45, you'll still be like, that didn't tell you anything. No, it did not tell you anything, but he was dealing with a hip injury while he was out earlier this week against, I'm blanking on the team that they played. It wasn't
Appalachian
Bellarmine.
State.
App State.
They were behind 22-10, by the way, to App State.
They got off to a slow start, but they won the game.
Yeah,
As of this point, the result's the only thing that matters for the basketball Buckeyes and even for the football Buckeyes tonight. Just get the win because you'll be number one next week in the college football playoff rankings, and you will continue the slow, plodding march to Michigan.
I need you to settle something for me.
What's that?
Because I had debates with several producers on this. Ohio State women, they played Bellarmine, correct?
It's Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
See, yeah,
yes.
I did. That's my bad. It's Bellarmine.
I've also, and I think it was Brody said it was Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
All right. Anyway.
So debate's settled. Whenever
Now it's settled.
whenever it involves those kind of schools that
Yeah.
you never hear about outside of college basketball,
Right.
just defer.
That's what I was going to
Just defer to the
I
expert
figured,
over
yes. And he said it confidently, whereas the other guys were like, I think it's, but he was very confident. The reason I bring that up, the defense thing, Ohio State women went up. They were up 26-0 after the first quarter, and Bellarmine did not even make a field goal. There was like 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, for
They won 90 to
Kevin
what,
McGuff's
33?
crew, they're going to Stores tomorrow.
That's going to be interesting.
They're taking on UConn.
Yes.
Tyler Danberg's going to have the call on the Fan 2. That's 1460 on the AM dial. Danberg's going to join us in the 1 o'clock hour. Get his thoughts on UCLA because he's also sidelines in the Ohio State Sports Network. He's going to be handing those duties off, I think, today to Dom.
Okay,
So
Dom's
will
doing
be
it.
down on the
That's what I was gonna ask
sidelines
about,
for the game tonight. But Tyler will join us in the 1 o'clock hour and just get his thoughts on this season, get his thoughts on what's to come. And, a fun non-conference test.
Yeah.
For the Ohio State women's team.
And the men's team, too.
And the men's team against Notre
that's
Dame
great, yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would had a tougher score, or I guess a tougher debate you needed settling.
Oh,
that
I'm
was
sorry.
pretty
Yeah,
simple because
it
that
was
was going to be
lame.
my tease into the next segment. But coming up
Bellarmine or
next-
Bellarmine was gonna be it?
Bellarmine, Bellarmine. Don't Bellarmine us. We're just rolling on Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving in Thanksgiving. together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Looking for bold flavors and award-winning spirits? High Bank Distillery Co. is your destination for handcrafted cocktails, locally inspired dishes, and Whiskey War, the nationally recognized whiskey. Whether you're going for brunch, dinner, or just a drink, High Bank brings the perfect mix of craft and comfort. Stop by their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations this week. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank Distillery Co., where great spirits meet even better company. Learn more at highbankco.com.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model, starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and 10 miles per year, ends 12/1.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Jackets are home at Nationwide Arena for a battle with the Montreal Canadiens. Live coverage starts Monday night at 7.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies are expected here for today as temperatures warm up to around 65 this afternoon. We're tracking a cold front arriving that will bring some breezy conditions and also the chance for a few scattered showers this evening. So if you're tailgating and heading out to the Buckeyes game, just keep that in mind. A few quick passing showers will arrive here. That'll clear out, and we're tracking some colder temperatures here for tomorrow with highs into the lower 50s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Question from a listener. Do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
No, especially when it's an Ohio State game day. Welcome to your Saturday, kids. Eric Reeser, Jeff Thidoff, Jacob Reimer. We're with you until 2 o'clock today, where Ohio State's pre-game festivities.
There you go.
Boot will meet the ball at Ohio Stadium between the Buckeyes and UCLA at 7:30. If you hadn't heard, Nico Malieva out with a concussion. They said that he'd suffered the concussion in the game against Nebraska, which the Bruins lost in a close one, and that he didn't show the symptoms until this week.
Right.
I'm going to call BS on that.
Look, one of two things happened. The concussion happened later, or they lied about when the symptoms hit.
We just got to be. Can we just be more on, like, for the safety of the players? I understand that if Nico's coming on the sideline and he looks like he's fine, I'm pretty sure you could be able to, like, look if he takes a heavy hit or if his head bounces off the turf. We got 9,000 cameras and we have 8,000 pairs of eyes on these things. Like, let's be a little better about this.
He remembered his helmet getting cracked this time. Not this time last year, but
so this was the supposed to be Nico's return trip to the Horseshoe that nobody saw coming after the Buckeyes dispatched the Volunteers in the first round of the 2025 college football playoff,
right?
2024 college football playoff. But yeah, I didn't see this happening like this. And the thing with Nico and his appearance at the Shoe and the CFP was he played his ass off. It wasn't particularly great.
No.
But boy, was he! I had a lot of respect for Nico out of that game, and he was a quarterback that led a team through to the college football playoff from the SEC. So he's not nothing. No, there's likely a team that's going to take him in the NFL draft. I'm not sure where he'll go. Maybe a late day two pick, but at best.
The thing you mentioned the first segment we did about the turbulence. And when you first said UCLA is the most turbulent program, I started the first thing I thought was
the 2024. Go ahead, sorry.
I wondered if Penn State would be in that conversation as well, but then when you brought up the fact about UCLA with the quarterback transfer and everything, and that you're right, and like you said, turbulence is always a negative word, but like Penn State hit my head first, came into my head first. I said
it's a good conversation to have because in 2025, Penn State and UCLA, the year that those football programs have had, unlike anything else. And for Ohio State, I don't think the Buckeyes have ever faced a team that's had two coaches that's ever faced. I don't know the last time Ohio State's played a team with an interim. I don't know if it's ever happened where a team has faced two interims in the same football season.
Yeah.
Not sure. And that's where we are in college football. And the coaching carousel continues to spin and will continue to spin, I think, until... And I'm wondering, if teams are going to try to get their guys in before the National Signing Day, however that's going to go. But the eyes on the prize right now for teams involved with the Big Ten title hunt, Ohio State, Indiana. The Hoosiers are at Wisconsin right now. Wisconsin took the ball, missed a field goal, and Indiana drove down the field and now has a 7-0 lead with about 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter from Bloomington. I'm going to ask you this, Tito. In a game where you're clearly overmatched, as Wisconsin is by Indiana, as UCLA will be by Ohio State, if you're the Bruins and somehow you're able to get the ball down the field,
right?
It's fourth and 3.
Okay.
And you're within the 30-yard line. Are you going for it? Or are you kicking the field goal?
I think I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going for it.
Can't kick, you're just not going to survive trying to kick field goals.
I wondered, before we got the news about UCLA's quarterback situation, I honestly wondered what team would win by more, Indiana or Ohio State, only because of the Cignetti factor.
Sure. And
that playing at home, and I wondered, Cignetti obviously is not going to stop scoring if he can keep going. And whereas Day might call off the dogs if it's like a 42-0 or 42-3, Cignetti would keep going. And so I wondered, who would. Now I think it's going to be Ohio State, but still, before the news about the quarterback switch, I wondered about that.
Tyler in the YouTube chat says, I love every game that involves a blowout by the Buckeyes, but you guys find them boring. Give me more cupcake games. I love a blowout. I would love Ohio State to win this game 56-3.
Yeah.
56-9. I think that's the biggest challenge. That's the challenge, I think, for Matt Patricia, to go in there and look at his guys in the eyes, look at Caleb Downs, look at Sonny Styles, look at Arvell Reese and say, they're not touching the end zone.
Yeah.
We're shutting this team out.
The only way UCLA gets a touchdown is on
Ohio State turns it over.
Ohio State turnover or a special teams blunder.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the only way UCLA finds the end zone. But they're not going to have a 12-play, 83-yard drive resulting in a touchdown. It's not going to happen.
And I would love to see this be a boat racing for Ohio State. But just what Ryan Day has shown, I don't necessarily see that now.
I know.
45-3 is the score that I said I expect.
Right.
That's a boat racing in most senses, but because we have seen an Ohio State offense in this calendar year play like a football Ferrari, that feels slow. But
that drives side roads.
Yeah. You're cruising.
Yeah.
You're cruising with a sports car.
Right.
And this has been such a credit to what Ryan Day has done in just maintaining themes throughout the season, building a foundation brick by brick, focusing on us, getting through to the point of the season. And you've even had players say this in December and January. That's the season for this team. This is just another stop along that route.
An interesting bet that I saw was Ohio State minus 20.5 in the first half.
Yeah, that's more intriguing than the cover, because I even think the 34.5, I think the Buckeyes cover.
I took the team total. It's 40.5.
40.5 the team total for Ohio State. I saw that one also, yeah. Yeah, but 20.5, though, to a spread in the first half for Ohio State. I could see Ohio State scoring 3 touchdowns, UCLA not scoring.
Yeah.
And I could see 40 also. 42-point game for Ohio State. I think it's
6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Do either of you do like live betting in games? Or will you sit on the app and
I did for the basketball game against App State.
Did you jump on Ohio State when they fell behind?
Do you know the hotline, sir?
I would say, who's asking? Because
it was I took it at 9.5, and it was free money.
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, I will do that sometimes. Yes, I will do that sometimes. Yes, I will.
Right,
if a team falls behind, it's supposed to win by a big number, like the OSU App State thing. If you see a team in football or basketball fall behind early, and then you go and then you buy the points for yourself. Yeah.
It also helps that I was in here working the game and not monitoring a bunch of other games.
You were working the game. You were watching 6 games at the same time.
This feels Pete Rose-ish somehow. I'm not sure. I don't know if we should admit this stuff on the air.
I don't necessarily think the board op for a game is going to have any effect.
I don't know. On the break, he could. He might miss a break. Who knows? I don't. And he didn't. He's a pro. I get it. I'm just saying, though.
It's only a problem if it's a problem. And for Jacob Reimer, it's not a problem.
No, because he cashed. He could afford to get fired.
That's true. Well, no, but
he bet a lot. He bets a lot.
He just had a kid.
That's crazy.
I know. Hey, you know what? That kid's got gold shoes now.
Speaking of gold, Notre Dame's got a 7-0 lead on Pittsburgh. About 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. I think Jeremiah Love had the touchdown for the Irish.
58 yards.
He's the best running back in the country.
By far. Yeah.
And he'll be a guy, I think, to watch out for if he can continue to roll over. Like they're showing the clips from the Navy game where he just rolled over the defender and had a 48-yard touchdown run. But he's a guy I think you look for. If they can kind of put it on Pittsburgh and they're not going to score 100 like Pat Narduzzi wanted to.
Right.
But Jeremiah Love's certainly making his Heisman campaign towards the late end of the season.
Is he a senior?
I believe so.
If he isn't, he's not. Well, I guess he could come back.
I was going to say that'd be
Let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Jeremiah Love. And find this here.
Be an interesting addition to the transfer portal.
He is a junior. Oh, Jeremiah Love's not leaving Notre Dame.
I'm just saying.
And now
you never know.
Like the Irish have a 14-0 lead on Pittsburgh.
Big 6.
The Pitt's quarterback, who I think is a freshman.
He's a freshman who's played really well lately.
Well, again, now I guess Notre Dame is on pace now to hang 100, as Pat Narduzzi
really
said.
Are, yeah.
And no, for the Panthers, this game isn't important in terms of the ACC, but you want to go have a good showing, especially when there's as many Pittsburgh fans at Acrisure Stadium as there are today. Like it's a gorgeous college football atmosphere. Also around the country, number 3, Texas A&M and South Carolina are tied at 3. About 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter from College Station. Michigan is playing Northwestern at Wrigley Field. For some reason, they still do that.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes left to go. It is scoreless. And then Navy, with Blake Horvath back in the mix, is a 7-3 lead on number 24 USF.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Navy in that one. Hope they get the win there and that senior day there for Navy. The thing, Pitt, it doesn't matter in the ACC, but Pitt still has a chance to win the ACC.
Yeah, there's like 6 teams that are still involved, even Miami. And that's why the committee had the Hurricanes in their second bracket projection, despite not being one of like 5 teams with a lot. They have 2 losses in conference play.
But there's a scenario where the ACC champion doesn't get in.
That's insane, Tito. We'll discuss it next. It's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Everyone deserves a great car, regardless of credit. At Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall, we say yes to all credit types. Explore our selection, get financed in minutes, and own the road. Stop in today or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Taking out the trash. Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne. And Jacoby Bourne. When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall. At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution. We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio. Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled. Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs. Taking out the trash.
The Ohio Lottery's Powerball jackpot has soared to $546 million. That's $546 million. Imagine what you could do with a win that big. With drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Powerball jackpots grow faster, and they're bigger than ever. Play today. It's never too early for holiday scratch-offs from the Ohio Lottery, because with lots of ways to win, 6 great games, and millions of prizes, scratch-offs can turn any day into a holiday. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Your credit doesn't define your ride. Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall approves all credit types, good, bad, or rebuilding. Get behind the wheel today. Call 614-861-7150 or apply online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Instead of annoying national people talking to you this weekend, we've opted for annoying local people. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Reeser and Tito until 2 o'clock. Jacob Reimer's live betting anything he can, but he is on the board for this. As we were about to go to break, I saw Reimer's ears kind of perk up as he's also invested in the Ohio Bobcats game at Louisville. That's a college basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what's the score, Reimer?
It is 27-16 Louisville.
All right, so the Cardinals lead there. Oh, you got beat by St. Mary's by like 30 points the other night.
Yeah.
That's an ambitious non-conference schedule for Jeff Bolz and company.
Oh, sure it is, yeah.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think it's great.
They've played against 2 mid-major teams that are the preseason favorites in their conferences. And then, going on the road at St. Mary's and at Louisville. Definitely not easy.
All right, so the audacious Jeffrey Thidoff thinks that the ACC champion could potentially be left out of the college football playoff. Are you nuts?
I read this on from Sports Illustrated. And, like, right now...
I should just passing the buck off to them.
Yeah, I'm not saying it'll happen.
Own your opinions, Jeffrey!
Duke is right now 4-1 in the ACC.
Uh-huh.
They're 5-4 overall. So they could end up being 8-4 Duke team that reaches the ACC title game. But they could end up being the league champion then at 9-4, but still not get in because they would not be, depending on how the other group of 5 things happen. Because obviously, it's not going to be a MAC school, but you've got South Florida out there. You've got James Madison out there as well. And so it's just, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen. I would be shocked if it did. But it's amazing that we're talking about a Power 4 conference champion getting left out potentially the playoff, and it's not the Big 12.
Well, I do think, it does kind of show you where the ACC is as a conference.
Yeah.
That nobody's taking them seriously enough. So you have the ACC champion in the college football playoff. That, I think, is the only ACC program getting into this thing.
Right.
And the committee's told you as much, like, Miami, you're in the bracket, knowing that it's only the second projection, and they've got, 4 more before they actually have to make it final.
Yep.
Like, they don't have to put their pencils down just yet. They can kind of just keep everything, like, I don't know, here's an ACC team because they don't want to do that to an ESPN partner, was how I read it. I would love if you put an actual deserving, maybe it's a James Madison.
Yeah.
Just you could have the Cignetti Bowl in the first round. And then you'd maybe a South Florida or a group of 5 team that I think would have a little bit more, it would be a little bit more fun. Now, if Georgia Tech beats Georgia the last week of the season, please put the Yellow Jackets in the playoff.
I agree. Yes, if they do that, yeah. I guess McAfee's the one. McAfee talked about it on his show.
Well, actually, now that I remember, like Dylan Gonzalez on T-Bone and Tyvis threw that scenario out there, and he wants it to happen where the ACC gets left out. Probably won't, but
no, they won't get.
That's the kind of fun I think you have in situations
just pure chaos.
like this.
Yeah, and it'd be awesome.
It's the best. It's why college football, in my opinion, is so much better than anything else.
Okay, but now, would you guys both agree though? Okay, I look at the college football playoff the same way I look at the NCAA basketball tournament.
Uh-huh.
I am fine with chaos in the first round and second round.
Yeah.
But at the end, I don't want to see James Madison and Georgia Tech playing for the college football championship.
Okay, but you had Ohio State, Notre Dame playing for it last year.
And I was fine with that. There are a couple of blue bloods. I'm saying
I think it's more prone to happen in college basketball.
Sure.
But I don't think it'll happen ever in college football.
I don't think we've seen George Mason in the Final Four. We've seen who was the school down in Florida? Florida
Atlantic.
Atlantic. Yes,
Dusty
we've seen.
Mace.
Yeah, fun to watch. But I didn't want one of those schools winning the national championship.
Yeah, and I think with college football, it's just they can have those fun little first round games because
it's too good at the top in college football.
Yeah.
There's that much of a separation.
The ask for the sports fan on December 19th and 20th and 21st is going to be immense because not only do you have, I think Ohio State's playing the CBS Sports Classic that day in hoops on the 20th.
Against North Carolina.
Against UNC. Then the 19th, you've got a college football playoff show.
Yeah.
The 20th, or college football playoff first round game. Then you've got 3 others on that Saturday. The Ohio State hoops game, 2 NFL games.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, you've got NFL. And then Thursday, you've got NFL.
Oh, it's the best.
Well, and with the CBS Sports Classic, you got Kentucky St. John's. It's Pitino against his former team.
That's happening in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
And if anybody else is interested, there's Arkansas against Houston, which is going to be a
Some
very
people
good
might
game.
be interested. Some people.
I think Duke plays Texas Tech, too, in the Garden.
Tremendous. South Carolina's up 10-3 right now over Texas A&M. There's about 5.5 minutes left to go from College Station. Yeah, I'm not sold on the Aggies just yet. I think because they're unblemished, unbeaten, great. But, I when I watch them, I'm not thrilled. Marcel Reed, I think, is a good player. But I look at the Heisman odds, and I see him third right now at plus 800. Julian Sainz second at plus 200. Fernando Mendoza's plus 110.
A&M believes in those about to sign a contract extension.
And Mike Elko.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think he's done an exceptional job at College Station, but I don't see it yet.
Yeah, it we'll know a lot more in the next few weeks.
They got Texas in 2 weeks.
They've got Texas, and don't they have? Then they'll have obviously the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Keep thinking another game in there too. No, I'll tell you, South Carolina, Samford next week. That's the one you got to worry about. And Samford.
It's the mid-November cupcake.
Yeah, that's
right
what it is.
Before you have your rivalry game.
Right.
And I'm thrilled that Texas A&M and Texas are playing again.
Yeah.
I don't see Arch Manning on these, which is a good thing because I don't think he's back to being that just yet. They had while South Carolina was driving the SEC preseason teams offensively, and I think Lenora Sellers was the preseason first team quarterback. Garrett Nussmeier was the preseason second team, and then Arch Manning was the preseason third team. Like, boy, those two programs have had, you talk about turbulence.
That's why those things are so
South
stupid.
Carolina and LSU.
Those things are so dumb.
If Texas wins today at Georgia, beat A&M, 2 at home the last week of the season, they are 4-1 in the conference. Like, if they get to the SEC championship game, I'm not saying he's going to win it, but would Arch maybe find his way in New York?
There'll be a rocket ship strapped to him.
You think
if he beats Georgia tonight? Yes, it will.
I guess depends how he beats
them. They're not
them.
winning that game without him.
No,
but I don't think it matters.
And they beat A&M the last week of the season.
Tito, you go to Georgia and you win that game.
Yeah.
And you're Texas and you've been resurrected into the top 10 of the college football playoff. Yeah.
I just
don't think it matters.
There's too much damage done with Arch Manning already with the way we've seen him play this year. Now, if they made a run in the playoffs, they did the voting after the playoffs, I could see it then. But I know they do that, though. But yes, I don't know.
So Texas and Georgia is the biggest matchup of the night. That's a 7:30 kick. At 3:30 today, you've got number 21 Iowa at number 17 USC. That's interesting because the coaches poll and the AP voters really don't love Iowa.
Right.
But for some reason, the playoff committee loves the Iowa Hawkeyes. And this does, I think, if you're of the mindset where the Big Ten should have 4 teams in the college football playoff, this helps USC if the Trojans are able to get a big win here. But they're gonna you need a little bit more to happen with other, like USC does not control their destiny into the CFP,
Right.
but if you're rah for the Big Ten, at 3:30 in Coral Gables, number 15 Miami hosts NC State. Sure, if there's a path for Miami to make the ACC championship game, because that's again my only team from that conference is their champion.
Yeah, I agree. You talked about USC, and they've got a big game obviously next week when they are at Oregon.
Yes.
Okay. That's the only chance, I believe, realistic chance you get a 4th Big Ten team in is if USC beats Oregon.
But then I think that knocks Oregon out.
Oregon will have 2 losses. They'll still be, they'll still have a decent record. It's not a 3-loss Oregon. It'd be a 2-loss Oregon.
Sure.
They've got...
Oregon's got Washington at the end of the season.
What's
At
Oregon's
Washington.
signature win, though?
They don't have one.
Exactly. And Washington really doesn't look all that impressive.
Oregon
either.
won at Penn, and it stinks because Oregon won at Penn State.
Yeah. Yep. That would be the one.
The win at Iowa is their signature win.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they were outplayed, don't be wrong, but the fact they pulled that game out, that's why it's a signature win. But I think a 2-loss Oregon team gets in. But
it just, that Iowa win doesn't really compare to some of these other SEC schools that, and I'm speaking towards the SEC, but because I would think that Oregon should be in as well.
Right.
But that they will not look at that Iowa win and think that's better than a Oklahoma with the 2-loss beating, I don't know, throw somebody in there.
Well, if Oklahoma and Texas, if both those teams lose today and tonight, they're out.
Yeah.
That'd be 3 losses.
Yes.
I think a 2-loss Oregon gets in over a 3-loss Texas or 3-loss Oklahoma.
Yes.
And I don't know who else then would jump them if, who else could jump, who could potentially jump Oregon. They're 8th right now. Notre Dame's behind him. Notre Dame could jump them a little bit. But I mean, you take Texas and Oklahoma off the table. BYU, I think, is all, even with the 1-loss BYU, unless they win the Big 12, then they would get in. But, BYU, then Utah, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's still kind of in it.
BYU's got to beat Texas Tech.
They do.
And BYU's got to beat Texas Tech in the Big 12 title game.
Yeah.
And then I think the committee would put in that scenario BYU and Tech.
And Vandy has to play at Tennessee still.
The conversation that we're having is example number 6,000 why Ohio State fans are so spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Buckeyes don't have to deal with any of this.
No.
It's win your games.
Beat Michigan.
Well, hold on. Because you got to start with UCLA tonight, then you've got Rutgers next week, and then you've got Michigan on 11/29. If what I'm saying to you sounds familiar, it's the messaging from Ryan Day to his team. He said something this week that kind of blew my mind. You'll hear from him, and I'll tell you about it next. It's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Get Eco.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car.
Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer.
Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
Why do we change the oil on a car?
So it works better and lives longer.
Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system?
So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point.
We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
But you cannot get Eco-Fi Advantage for your car.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hi, it's Anthony Schlegel. When it was time to replace my roof, friends highly recommended Newman Roofing. From the initial sales process, I was incredibly impressed by their commitment to outstanding customer service. Their 33 years of industry experience truly shine through, and it's clear why they have such an excellent reputation. I had the pleasure of meeting with the Newman family to discuss my roofing project. They presented me with several options and attentively addressed all my concerns and demonstrated a genuine care for their customers and the overall experience they provide. With family members in key roles within the company, they ensure that every customer feels confident in their decision to choose Newman Roofing. I highly recommend giving Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting newmanroofing.com.
Call the company you can trust, Newman Roofing, at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark. Get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. I would know. I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
When the coach speaks, we listen. Ryan Day's weekly press conference comes your way every Tuesday at noon.
Sponsored by The Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact The Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by The Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
He had a fat guy touchdown in College Station. Marcel Reed went, I think, just to ground the football as he was getting sacked, and it bounced off the turf into the hands of defensive linemen for South Carolina, who rumbled it in for a score. 17-3 is what South Carolina now leads over the third-ranked team in the country, Texas A&M's. Just starting the second quarter there, so plenty of time for A&M to mount a comeback if that's, in fact, what they're going to do this afternoon. But Tito, right when we went to the break, you corrected a statement that I had made. I said for Ohio State, you got to beat UCLA, you got to beat Rutgers, you've got to beat Michigan. You had it better phrased.
They've got the next 3 games. Well, we'll say 4 games.
3 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, they've got to beat Ohio State this week, beat Ohio State next week, and then beat Ohio State when they're up in Ann Arbor. They've got to win. That's all they have to do. Beat Ohio State.
Almost every opportunity Ryan Day's had this season. 9 wins through 12 weeks of college football action. 9-0. Top team in the country. The coaches poll, the AP top 25 had them by a wide margin. Might get wider if Texas A&M falls on its face this afternoon. If Indiana just wins over Wisconsin, the Buckeyes don't need the eye test. Buckeyes don't need any of these things. You just need to win the games. And Ryan Day saying that it's about them every single week and how they get better. And this is something that I think Urban brought this. And every week you grade out. How do you grade out? How do you grade out from a game? How do you grade out from a week of practice? And you want to grade out a champion. And that's the coaches give you those grades based off of how you performed in a game. Well, Ryan said something this week about that champion grade that I had to laugh.
We just felt like we needed to turn up the volume a little bit the last week, and so we went from 80 to 83. And you might think that's a big deal, it may not sound like a big deal, but it is. From 80 to 83 is a big deal, and so. But that's what we're striving for. We want to be the best in what we do. And so there was a couple guys that graded in the 81, 82, right in that range, but it wasn't quite there. And for us to be champions and to reach our goals, we have to get to that point. So that's the idea behind it. I think the guys, but the important thing is they buy into it. I think our guys really buy into it. They understand how important it is. So, whatever type of game it is, if it's always about us, it's about the grading. And then it's the coach's job to make sure that the criteria is accurate and that they're grading it, and being real about it. And so something that really we take serious around here.
We've been saying it for weeks how hard college football is. And in days gone by, you could be an 80, and that was grading out a champion for Ohio State. No longer. Now it's harder.
This feels to me like the Spinal Tap thing. We got the amp with the 11 button or something. Turn it up to 11, right? Or like, I don't know what the joke was. I don't know if it was a show or a movie, but about the abs, about doing going from 5-minute abs to 7-minute abs or something, whatever it was, and how big of a difference that was. But yes,
it's hilarious. I mean, and this is where they are as a football program, to where the old standard wasn't good enough. And now the standard, it feels like every single week, has to be upped just a little bit. And for Ryan, you're just kind of tweaking every single day almost to get the best out of these players. Because they're human. They see the schedule.
Yeah.
But and I really think it starts when in the living rooms, because they're recruiting and they're bringing the right guys onto this football team that buy into stuff like that. Because he's absolutely right. You have to have that buy-in, or week to week, this can kind of just weigh on you. And it just can kind of be grating if you're looking at your coach and go, damn, coach, we're 9-0. We're the number one defense in the country. We've got a quarterback that's completing 80% of his passes, almost 81% of his passes, and you're still just, grinding on us.
Yeah.
And these players seem to be taking it in stride.
I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but it just amazes me how many.
I'm sure Ryan does.
How many recruits they hit on. You know what I mean? Like how they have such a culture there. And they can be so selective, but they have such a culture there, though, that we don't hear about guys speeding violations, robberies, anything off the field dramatic. Yeah. We don't hear any of that kind of stuff. And I don't think it's because it's hidden. I just think it doesn't happen.
Especially nowadays on social media.
Yeah, it's got to be seen now, right?
Everybody is a reporter. Everybody's got a camera.
Yeah. I mean,
you can't hide anything.
No.
And I said this before the season, that this was the golden era of Ohio State football, and your program was it was in the best of hands and in the best of care, and they're just continuing that every week. But I also, when I say that, think that the coaching staff does not want their players to hear any of this.
No.
It goes back to only really Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Hammered that line home of rat poison, where I don't hear any of that.
Right.
And my team is not good enough yet because we are not where we want to be.
Yeah.
When we get to where we want to be, then we're good enough. But then the next day hits and it's like, no, we're not where we want to be yet. Because even after winning the national championship back in January, the leaders on this team took the banner down. They did not want the 2024 national title banner up.
Right.
They wanted it to be this team has not done anything yet. Now this team's in for something special, and this program's in for something unprecedented.
And I love the fact that from the start, Ryan Day said, we're not defending a national championship. That team's gone. We lost a lot of guys. This is not us. No one's going to come take it away from us. We're the champions. And so we're not trying to defend the national championship. We're trying to win this year's championship. Yes. But we're not trying to defend anything.
It also, and this was from the Ryan Day radio show, talked about the goals for each player every week.
Really, there's two things that we want to do every year, and our identity in particular, this year is be the hardest playing team in the country. And who controls that? We do. Like, no one controls how hard did you play other than we do. We control how hard we play, the physicality, the effort, all the things that come with it, the intensity. It has nothing to do with talent. So, but if we're going to say it, we got to do it every single game. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is grade out a champion. That means everybody doing their job. And so it's the position coach's job to make sure that their unit is grading out a champion. And, if all 10 units are grading out champion, we're going to win every game. That's just how it goes. But, that's a huge responsibility. And so what is grading out a champion? Well, you have to grade out over 80% and play over 15 plays. If you're under 15 plays, then you get honorable mention if you grade out over 80%. If you're over that, then, you have an opportunity to grade out a champion. That's a huge deal. So on Sundays, when we call out the champions, it's a huge deal. Like, everyone's cheering and we bring them down and we dap them up, we give them their stats. And that's a huge accomplishment. And then we post it in the building of who's graded out throughout the season and who's doing their job.
I wanted him to say after that, no, we rip it down and make, have you done anything this week?
Right. It's a new week.
It also probably helps on Thursday night. You get to see TreVeyon Henderson have 3 touchdowns in an NFL game.
Oh, yeah.
I think it helps that they've got NFL guys that performed at the highest levels of the sport in your coaching, in your player rooms, on your coaching staff. Just the level of legitimacy that every single person that walks into that building has makes it where this program is to say nothing's good enough ever.
Yeah.
Until we've summited the mountaintop, and we're never summiting the mountaintop. We're doing it every single year, and we're trying to get up every single day for it. And that's why you see lines against Division I schools at 31.5, now 34.5. Because if you missed it and you're just joining us, Nico Iamaleava, UCLA's quarterback, will not play tonight because of a concussion. It's going to be the first collegiate start for Luke Duncan, who has never thrown a pass in a college football game. Madden Iamaleava, Nico's brother, will serve as the backup. We'll get you ready for some other games going on in the Big Ten and take a look around the country coming up next. I was going to say college game night.
It's something.
It is 12:56, and it's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Don't let credit hold you back. Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall welcomes all credit types with open arms. Find your dream ride and get approved fast. Call 614-861-7150 or on the web at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Taking out the trash.
Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne.
And Jacoby Bourne.
When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs.
Taking out the trash.
Shop the Meijer 2-Day Super Sale this Friday and Saturday for a good deal better on family favorites. 3-pound bags of select apples are just $1.99 each. Select varieties of Michelina's frozen meals are 88 cents. And select varieties of Aunt Millie's bread are buy one, get one free. Plus, stack your savings. Spend $100 or more between November 12th and the 18th and receive a $10 coupon at checkout. Getting savings on top of savings. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple of years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Your credit, your car, our promise. At Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall, we approve all credit types. Perfect, challenged, or none. Drive off today with easy financing. Visit today or online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. This is the Fans Game Day Scoreboard.
This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes return home tonight in a primetime matchup against UCLA. It's the first meeting with the Bruins since 2001. UCLA will reportedly be without quarterback Nico Iamaleava for tonight's game due to a concussion that he suffered last Saturday against Nebraska. Kickoff tonight from the Shoe is at 7:30. Live in college football right now, most games are getting into the second quarter. Notre Dame is taking on Pitt in a top 25 clash, and they lead the Panthers 14-3. Cincinnati leads Arizona 14-7, and South Carolina is up on number 3 Texas A&M 17-3. In the Big Ten, Indiana leads Wisconsin 7-0, and Michigan just got across the end zone in Wrigley Field to take a 7-0 lead on Northwestern. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Yes, it is. Reeser, Tito, Reimer, rolling with you for the next hour. We'll have Tyler Danberg on at 1:30. He's a sideline reporter for the Ohio State Sports Network. Today, he'll be on his way to Storrs, Connecticut. Ohio State women's squad. They got UConn, I should say.
UConn.
Tomorrow, you hear that game over on the Fan, too. So Dom Taberi will be working sidelines on the Ohio State Sports Network for tonight's game between the Buckeyes and the Bruins. You heard Reimer say this is first meeting since 2001 between the two programs. The all-time series is 4-4-1.
Yeah.
This could be a different ball game than it's been in the past.
A little different, yes.
For UCLA coming in without Nico Iamaleava, I mean, he's their offense. You know, that's your catalyst. That's the guy that's been able to get you 3 wins. And the Bruins had to win out to get bowl eligible.
Mm-hmm.
They started the season about as bad as you possibly can. And he kind of willed them to a victory at Penn State. He willed them to 2 other victories. And this was maybe going to be a little bit of a get back for him. I don't know what really he would have added. I don't know what their backup quarterback's going to add. If anything, Luke Duncan, who's never thrown a ball in his life in a college football setting.
This is going to sound weird, but him not playing probably improves his draft stock. Him having no stats.
Why? But that makes me so angry when you say that, because I hate the quitting. I shouldn't say quitting. I will in a sec, because it does dovetail into something I did want to get into with you.
Yeah.
The idea that not playing is better for your NFL prospects than actually playing. And you might be right, where he's got no bad film to put on tape for Ohio State because he's not playing.
Right.
But I don't ever want a prospect to just say it's better I don't play.
Oh, no, I don't think he did. I think that, this is an injury situation, but I'm just saying that if you look in the grand scheme of things, him not playing an awful game against Ohio State, which is the most NFL ready, most NFL type of team he's going to play against.
There's going to be scouts, a ton of NFL scouts there tonight, I'm sure.
So that's why I just think it's not in purpose. It's not like the team's going with Miami or with Toledo, Miami
of Ohio, with a former Toledo quarterback.
That's what it was.
As an Ohio Bobcat, I rarely have sympathy for Miami.
Right.
But the Red Hawks are going to be without their starting quarterback, DeQuan Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Forever now?
Yeah. By the way, this is his 7th year of college football. Okay, Dr. Finn is done after this year no matter what.
Get a job.
Well, apparently that's what he's trying to do. So the Red Hawks, I think they lost earlier this week.
They're 5-5.
They're still alive. They've got 2 losses in conference play, and there are several teams in the Mid-American Conference that have 2 losses, so they're not dead yet to make a repeat appearance in the Mid-American Conference title game. But Chuck Martin announced Friday that DeQuan Finn will not be playing anymore. We will not see him the rest of the year, end quote. Finn spent the first 5 seasons of his career at Toledo. Remember him when he was playing for the Rockets at the Horseshoe.
Had some decent plays.
Looked like a guy I thought would be in the transfer portal at a Big Ten school, maybe Michigan State. But he took his talents to Waco, played a little bit for Baylor. I think there was some injury. He dealt with an injury there and made his way back to Miami. But this strikes to me as he just quit.
That's what it is. It's exactly.
And the Redhawks have a chance. I just told you about Buffalo, the only team in the Mid-American Conference with 1 conference loss. Miami plays Buffalo in Mid-American Maction on Wednesday. They can give them a second loss, but DeQuan's just decided, I'm going to just go prepare for the NFL.
And by the way, would it be better for his NFL prospects if he played in this case?
I would say yes. Because there's so many red flags about Finn.
Yes.
That this adds more. Like, don't you want less questions when you're going to talk to NFL talent evaluators?
It's not now you're just a mediocre player. You're now a mediocre player with an attitude issue.
So it's Henry Hessen, who's a senior for the Redhawks, who's going to start in Finn's place. He wasn't great. He was 11 of 38 for 147 yards with 3 interceptions. The Redhawks lost to Toledo earlier this week. So it feels like Miami, where they were heavily favored to contend for the MAC championship, will now just stumble and fall on their face to the end of the season. That's a shame.
I'll tell you what's also a shame. Not to get too far off topic here.
Oh, no, do it.
Okay. You send
Reimer was going to do college basketball scores in the football scoreboard update.
Okay. You send Reimer and I the prep sheet. You send us a prep sheet. And it says, I'm looking at it right now, it says 1244 college basketball segment. And I'm thinking that's a very nice thing for you to do because that will feature Reimer.
Yeah, we'll do it next.
No, okay. I'm just saying. We can't. Because I'm looking at how many segments we have left, and I know Reimer was excited about that. And because it's college basketball. In November, we get to talk about on a Saturday.
You wanted to do it at 2:15, and we're off.
Mine was a joke. I think Reese's was mean-spirited.
Mine was not. Mine was done with the best of intentions. However, Jacob Reimer should know after working with me for a couple of years, I never, ever stay on track with the show sheet. Yes. I'll do 5 pages of prep and get to 1 of them. Actually, follow what I had planned in their individual segments. Let's do a quick scoreboard, and then maybe we can get to some college basketball. Wisconsin, with a big play, has tied things up with Indiana 7-all. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter from Bloomington. Michigan, as Reimer did say in the update, leads Northwestern 7-0. Those are the only 2 games in the Big Ten going on right now. Oregon stomped Minnesota 42-13 last night in Eugene. Also, in other games around the country, South Carolina forced a Texas A&M punt, went down the field, kicked a field goal. Gamecocks now lead at 20-3 with 9 minutes left to go in the second. Texas A&M looks bad.
I have a buddy that is boots on ground for this game right now, and he said if this is the number 3 team in the country, then an Ohio State back-to-back is a shoo-in.
I mean, boy, for A&M, because Mike Elko, I think, has done a great job. And I think they're still navigating through the end of eras that relied so heavily on boosters in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
That because they brought in several 1 or 2 ranked recruiting classes with 5-star guys that spent like a month in College Station. And so they're trying to repair this. And it's just because they also got, again, Texas at the end of the season for Texas A&M. I think, what did you say, the Citadel next week?
It was Samford, right?
Samford. What is the difference with any of these teams? Right. So we'll keep you updated with those scores from around the country. Notre Dame also leads Pitt 14-3. You had a Jeremiah Love touchdown, and then Notre Dame got a pick 6. The Panthers just tacked on a field goal, but there's about 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And this will please Tito and fans of Ohio's Blake Horvath, but Navy leads USF 21-9 with 7 minutes left to go there. This is Horvath's first game in a couple, and he was one of those guys that I really wanted to make a dark horse Heisman push.
Yeah.
Obviously, an injury derailed that because they got smoked against the Notre Dame, which would have been the marquee game for him. Another team in Ohio, Cincinnati, the 25th ranked Bearcats lead Arizona 14-7 with 9 minutes left to go in the second.
Why would that game please Tito?
I'm a big Navy guy. I was in the Army.
We love the troops on this program. Okay. Unlike Duke basketball, you see what they did on Veterans Day?
That was very disrespectful. John
They
Schreier.
dropped like 40 on Army. Or they beat them by 40. Duke
it was
basketball.
a big number. It was like 114 to 59 or something like that.
Duke disrespects our troops. The Sports Saturday Spectacular loves the troops.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
I text my brother every Veterans Day because he served in the Air Force. I said, thank you for defeating America's enemies.
There you go.
So I did my service. There's my valor.
That's yours. There you go. Do you get a sticker for that?
Valor.
I thank the veteran today. You get a sticker?
I got a middle finger emoji. It'll be cool tonight at Ohio Stadium with a night game. This being really the last awesome environment you'll get with this team. Because Rutgers will either be noon or 3:30, and just nothing equals kind of the pomp and circumstance of a night kick. You'll likely get a drone show or some fireworks. Everything's just cooler at night, and it's a great day for football. A really cool opportunity for the program at the beginning of the season, I thought, was the Victory Bell ringer.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how you felt about the Victory Bell itself, how can you ring a Victory Bell after games? I get that, but that's more of a semantics argument, because what it means is you're ringing a bell to bring the team out to the field. It just so happens to be called the Victory Bell. But Jerry Lucas is going to be your Victory Bell ringer tonight. He was honored yesterday with a statue at the Schottenstein Center. And this is a huge tip of the cap to Adam Jardy, who asked Jake Diebler at Jerry Lucas's statue unveiling about the status of Devin Royal for tomorrow's game against Notre Dame. This from Adam Jardy, quote, certainly hopeful and prayerful and all that. He's making progress. Too early for me to stamp it one way or the other, but he's progressing, end quote. Which means, it's 50-50. Either he plays or he doesn't.
We'll find out at game time.
Now, I was of the mindset that when you had the offseason Ohio State did, bringing in Christoph Tilley and Matthew Grucic and Brandon Knoll, that whatever you did there in the portal, you needed to keep Devin Royal from going into the transfer portal. You also needed to keep Junie Mobley, you needed to keep Bruce Thornton, but you had to keep Devin Royal. And so I in these situations think it's a good opportunity for everybody else to play without Devin Royal, because then when you get him back, then you also have some time to gel. But I think this chaos kind of creates some opportunity against the 3-0 Fighting Irish. And for Ohio State, if you can play better defense, they're going to score a ton of points. A bunch of games this season. You're going to be ranked come Monday.
Yeah, if they get the win against Notre Dame, absolutely will. Yeah. And Notre Dame's not that good in basketball this year. I mean, it's not. They should win this game. But yeah, it's a...
they have some interesting pieces that'll make it a tougher game than what it could be expected.
Okay.
Like Marcus Burton, he was 5th in the country in scoring last year, and they brought in the nation's leading rebounder from last year as well. So it'll be a good test for the front court and how the back court will defend against some high-level point guards.
But Ohio State, they will never mistake them for being a Nolan Richardson, Arkansas-type defense, ever.
No.
Like, it's going to be, their best defense could be to score more than the other team. That's their best defense.
Yeah, absolutely. But if it steps up tomorrow to the level that we kind of expected to be, not 85th in KenPom, which is kind of skewed because of the 102 points allowed against IU Indy.
Right.
If it's better than what that is, then it could be a double-digit win.
What, as far as college basketball so far, I know you've watched countless hours of it, and you probably forgot your newborn daughter's name. But what is it? What has stood out to you? What team has stood out to you the most so far in college basketball?
My daughter's name is Nora. Thank you very much. So I didn't forget that. Okay. Shout out to her. She's pretty awesome.
That's really the most important thing. Like, you've covered the most important fact. Like, that's all he has to know.
Yeah, just the name.
Kid's name.
Yeah, that's all you got to know.
And feeding time.
And by the way, notice he didn't give the middle name. That's okay. I'm not going to put you on the spot with it.
He wouldn't.
I'm not going to ask you for the middle name. I'm not going to ask for the birth date. I'm not going to ask you for the height and weight. What percentile? I'm not going to ask any of those questions.
Okay.
Because I know I go to the pharmacy with my wife, and I go to get prescriptions. They say, "What's your wife's birthday?" There's always a long pause.
Yeah,
and I say, "She's got black hair." Can you give me another thing? Is there like a next level security question? What high school did she go to? I've got that one.
I know, Fidoff, you take so much pride in derailing this show. We'll hop on the college carousel next. It's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle, Market District, and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry this holiday season from the biggest retailers and best brands, all while earning you free gas and groceries. Stop in our stores for bonus perk offers on gift cards. Give the gift everyone wants and get a little something for yourself, too. The holidays are magical at Giant Eagle, Market District, and GetGo.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
The Ohio Lottery's Powerball jackpot has soared to $546 million. That's $546 million. Imagine what you could do with a win that big. With drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, Powerball jackpots grow faster, and they're bigger than ever. Play today. It's never too early for holiday scratch-offs from the Ohio Lottery, because with lots of ways to win, 6 great games, and millions of prizes, scratch-offs can turn any day into a holiday. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model, starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year, ends 12/1.
Get Eco.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car.
Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer.
Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
Why do we change the oil on a car?
So it works better and lives longer.
Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system?
So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point.
We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
But you cannot get EcoFi Advantage for your car.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies are expected here for today with temperatures around 65 here this afternoon. Breezy conditions with gusts up to near 30 miles per hour as we track a cold front arriving, and that's going to bring a few scattered showers this evening. So if you're heading out to the Buckeyes game, just keep that in mind. A few scattered showers are possible here for this evening, and that'll clear out. And we're tracking sunshine for tomorrow with highs into the lower 50s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Yes, you are. Reeser and Tito, your Ohio State UCLA pre-game show. Till 2 o'clock.
Get that on a damn shirt.
Tyler Danberg's going to join us here in about 10 minutes. The sidelines for the Ohio State Sports Network. He will be headed to Connecticut this afternoon. The Ohio State women's basketball team plays UConn tomorrow in stores. So that's what he's got in store for his weekend. So Tom Tiberi will be on the sidelines for the Ohio State Sports Network tonight. I would love it if someone at Channel 10 or somebody with a camera would just follow Dom.
Yeah.
On the sidelines during an Ohio State.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That'd be incredible content.
That feels like a 10 TV Plus thing.
No, it feels like a 10 TV itself thing.
Oh, it could be that. I'm saying if you put
because I'm not sure what the Big Ten 3:30 kick is, but then after that, instead of 10 TV nightly news, you just have the Dom cam.
I think it's Michigan
the Dom
State,
Tiberi
Penn
cam,
State
easy
on 10 TV.
Oh, Michigan State, Penn State. Nobody wants to watch that. Yeah, put a camera on Dommy on the sidelines.
Why couldn't we flex that to Iowa USC?
Is Iowa USC on
Big Ten Network?
It's Big Ten Network.
It's insane. Who makes these decisions?
Yeah, this is a mess. The situation with the Big Ten and their media rights is a mess. And you heard news today that everybody but USC and Michigan's on board, selling 10% of the Big Ten to a private capital firm or some investment company. I don't pretend to know how that all works, but the gist I get is Michigan saying it's like a payday loan. And that's the big red flag for me. Is why are you getting why do you want a cash infusion now? Right. You have to sell part of yourself till 2046. You know how dumb some of these schools in the Big Ten are? Well, and you want to, as Ohio State, for a quick cash payment, tie yourselves to them till 2046?
The next big change I want in the Big Ten is drop some of those damn schools that are sucking at the teats of Ohio State.
You can't kick them
know,
out.
But I wish they would. I would kick out Purdue. I would kick out Northwestern. Don't tell me academics. They can stay in basketball and other sports too, but they don't deserve to be in a football conference and get the same money that Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, even USC get.
So some of the reporting on this has Michigan and USC not thrilled with it, not wanting to do it, thinking that at least their position is that this is not something you want to hitch your wagon to. And I agree. And I wish Ohio State would come out and join with them. But I fear the silence is all you need to know about where Ohio State sits on this. I also, from the reporting, if Michigan and USC don't want to sign the deal that would extend the grant of rights through the 2030s to the 2040s, maybe there's an out for Michigan and for USC, and you can just leave some of those bozos behind.
Yeah.
Like if you're Ohio State and you see an opportunity, because Ohio State's always going to be the most valuable or one of the most valuable properties in college football. And if you're Ohio State and you want to kind of put pressure on some of the schools that are actually worth a damn, and this is a college football decision, then you might be able to secede from some of those bottom feeders that you were talking about that we're just tired of them suckling at the teat. Like you can kick out Rutgers and you can kick out Maryland in this if there's an amended grant of rights before the deal is up. Like I was looking into the ACCs and it's similar. If the conference changes drastically, and schools can get out. Maybe that's the case for Ohio State, but I feel like Ohio State, this is the direction the Buckeyes and the Buckeyes brass wants to go into, and that's unfortunate.
So how would what's the decision making process for Ohio State in this? Bjork, obviously.
Yeah.
President Carter, right? Does he have a role? I would guess
he's got a role in it, but I think it all stems from Ross Bjork. I know that there's a group out there that represents university boards, and they are threatening a lawsuit if this goes, claiming that the powers that be, the Big Ten athletic directors and the presidents of the universities did not confer with their boards and allow them the time to look over this, that they're just going to put it to a vote too quickly for it to be really vetted.
Okay.
And even that's something that I want nothing to do with. Like, this should be thoroughly vetted. And you should look, especially, again, I don't like Michigan, but I know smarty pants people go to Michigan.
Right.
And they're saying payday loan. I'm saying run away from it.
Yeah, but you also then look at it the other way, too. It's, do you trust Bjork?
Up to this point, yes. He's not giving me a reason to. And he's not giving me a reason not to. This might change that.
Yeah.
Because this is a really bad idea. I understand you need the quick cash. Everybody could use more cash.
Yeah.
But who's going to have to pay more of the cash? It's going to trickle down to the fans. It always does.
Sure. Oh, no doubt it does. Yes, it does. But, and I'll go back to saying, I really, after all this talk of everything going on with this, I wish Ohio State was an independent.
I'm thinking there's an opportunity here if Ohio State, for them to do the right thing and say no to this. And if the rest of the bozos in the Big Ten want to latch on and suckle at the teat of this private capital firm, fine. You do you, boo. But Ohio State, USC, Michigan, go their separate ways. And you know what? You know what the Big Ten becomes? Group of 5.
Yeah, it does. And I feel awkward enough saying the word teat. When you add suckle to it, now I feel really awkward. I know it's okay to use the word.
Everybody knows what it means.
I know what it means. I just want to hear suckle and teat together, though.
You just did it.
I know. And
Would you like to do it again?
I feel weird saying suckle and teat.
Well, why do you keep saying it?
I'm just, because I'm trying to get comfortable with it.
Do you think Bill Belichick said the words that I'm about to tell you that he said? Well, actually, he posted this on his Twitter. He didn't post it. Bill Belichick doesn't
post it. No. Is woman.
Bill Belichick says that he has no interest and will not pursue any NFL head coaching vacancies. This is a gigantic statement that, again, I don't think Bill had anything to do with. He might have approved it because Jordan Hudson said, no, baby, this is what we need to be doing. Quote, I have great respect and genuinely care for the New York Giants organization and both the Mara and Tisch families. The New York Giants played a great and important role in my life and in my coaching journey. It was a privilege for me to work for the Mara family, to be a member of Coach Parcells' staff for over a decade. However, despite circulating rumors, I have not and will not pursue any NFL head coaching vacancies. Since arriving in Chapel Hill, my commitment to the USC football program has never wavered. We have tremendous support from the university, our alumni, and the entire Carolina community. My focus remains solely on continuing to improve this team, develop our players, and build a program that makes Tar Heels fans proud. We're on to Wake Forest.
I just call his girlfriend Snooki.
Okay.
He can go to the NFL. It's fine.
Well, for right now, North Carolina's got Wake Forest today on the CW network.
It's basketball season now in Chapel Hill.
Speaking of basketball.
It's a good job out of you. Just because we mentioned the coaching carousel, a couple quick notes where James Franklin is talking with Arkansas. James Franklin's talking with Virginia Tech. Ed Orgeron is talking with Arkansas. That's a report from On 3. Coach O, I would absolutely think Arkansas fans would not want to have, because what's the difference between him and Sam Pittman?
How about the two personalities
Big old Southerners
they would have down there in Fayetteville with John Calipari coaching basketball and then Coach O now in football?
Look, I hope Coach O does. I want to see Coach O back in the coaching game just because it's content.
Sure.
You know?
And James Franklin, I think, would be an upgrade for Virginia Tech.
And I saw McNeil.
I think he'd do well.
Yes, I saw this too.
Reflog 18 put, how do you stop losing big games? You go, essentially go to a place where you'll never play
a big game. You don't play the big games.
Right. It's outstanding.
That's 100% true. Yeah. I haven't seen much about LSU because LSU's a mess. Who in their right mind, if you're a hot coaching candidate, even if you're Alex Golesh, head coach of the South Florida Bulls, Columbus, Ohio guy. Actually, I think he was born
Ohio State guy.
I think he was born in the Soviet Union.
I think you're right.
When it was the Soviet
you're right.
Union.
When it was, yes,
which is a crazy thing.
That is wild.
Yeah,
but Golesh has the Bulls right now at 24th, I believe, in the country.
Yep.
But they're getting run over by the Horvath Horror Show. It's 24-9 with about 90 seconds left to go in the second quarter there. Again, the 24th ranked Bulls are trailing Navy 24-9. But even if I'm him, I want no part of LSU right now.
No way.
Because they're trying to sue. Or either they're suing or they're trying to sue. They're being sued or they're trying to sue to not have to pay Brian Kelly the full freight of his buyout.
Right.
Brian Kelly is saying, well, you never actually fired me.
Yeah.
What is being reported was Brian Kelly was just told his key card didn't work.
Right.
And he was told you're not coaching the team. Is that termination? Was he given official termination paperwork? If not, that's without cause. He's owed the $50+ million buyout. Sorry to the foghorn leghorn governor of the state, but you're on the hook for that.
If your key card doesn't work, I assume that means you're fired, which is why I always get a little freaked out when I show up and I got to scan it twice here.
That's how we get fired. But at a program like LSU, you don't do that.
No.
You morons.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see. Brian Kelly will, I think, land somewhere.
He will, if he wants to. I don't know if he's 64 years old. Does he want to coach again?
That's a very good question. We will not ask Tyler Danberg that, but he'll come up in 2 minutes. Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Ooh, winter's coming. And when the wind starts to blow, don't come inside to the cold. Open the door to peace of mind with your Waterworks and Header Precision Furnace Tune-Up and Energy Savings Plan. Your furnace is the heart of your home, and Waterworks and Header will have yours running at peak performance throughout the winter. Plus, you'll save on those energy bills too. Go to waterworks.com and schedule your furnace tune-up online. Waterworks and Header, heating, cooling, and plumbing, together to serve you better.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Finally, fall is here. The leaves are changing, the air is crisp, and the cooler temperatures are a welcome relief. But as those temperatures continue to drop, it's also a reminder that winter is just around the corner. We know it might feel a little early to start talking about freezing temperatures and snow, but now is the perfect time to make sure your roof is ready. Before the winter weather hits, wouldn't you like the peace of mind that your home is protected? If you're unsure about the condition of your roof or just want to be prepared for the months ahead, call the professionals you can trust at Newman Roofing. With over 30 years in business and 3 generations of Newmans in the roofing industry, we're dedicated to educating you about your roof so you understand exactly what's happening. We believe that an informed homeowner can make the very best decision for their needs. Give us at Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Let Newman Roofing help you prepare for winter the right way.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
About half an hour, I think, from the first beer being cracked.
Oh, first one? I'm sorry.
You started early.
Oh, I got my fourth one at 2 o'clock, I thought. I could be wrong. I lost count.
All right. Well, we'll go out now to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Let's get some professionalism on this program for once. Tyler Danberg is our guest. He's joined us every week of this season. We're into week 12. There's been 9 games for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They'll go for game 10, win 10. They've probably already done it. Tyler, what were your thoughts when you heard Nico Iamaleava out for tonight with a concussion?
Shocked, first off. Eric and Tito, great to be with you guys. Woke up this morning and saw the initial report from On3's Brett McMurphy, and then when it officially became official, was taken aback by it, because UCLA, if they're going to have a fighting chance in this game, Nico is going to be the guy that puts them in the best spot to do that. He's obviously their leading passer, but he's their leading rusher as well, and by almost 200 yards, and you also have to factor in taking sacks. Even in net yardage, he's their leading rusher with over 400-plus yards on the ground. So now with that, I think the thoughts after the shock started to phase out is this puts Ohio State even more in the driver's seat to showcase what they can do defensively. And on the offensive side, this could be just another primetime display of the explosiveness that they can exhibit to the fans.
Reese and I were talking about that early on in the show, and we were trying to decide if Ohio State will be creative defensively or if they'll be vanilla defensively. You know what I mean? Like, which one would it be, do you think, for Ohio State?
I think if you take the vanilla stance, I do believe that offers a little bit more uncertainty heading into the final 2 weeks of the season and also heading into the playoff. I mean, just from what we've seen this year from Ohio State, they've been so methodical and so ahead of the curve. They've done a great job balancing that, we're focused on the task ahead and the game ahead and the week ahead, but we also have to factor in that this is a long season. You're looking at possibly 16 games if you're lucky and you're playing for a national title. So you have to obviously put yourself in the best foot forward to win every ball game, but you also do have to have a little bit of an approach where you're getting ready for the long run. So I do think that they could take the vanilla approach because an Ohio State vanilla defense and a vanilla Ohio State team is still probably better than most teams in the country. And I think that Matt Patricia is a guy that can mix that with plenty of disguise. So I think that Ohio State, they want to win this game. And it's a night game in the Horseshoe. They want to give the fans something to cheer and root about. And they want to go out and beat the Bruins because it's still going to be a tough task. So it could be a little bit of a balance of that.
Tyler Denberg is our guest. He's the sideline reporter for the Ohio State Sports Network. Dom will be on the sidelines tonight as Tyler takes his talents to Storrs, Connecticut, where you'll have the Ohio State women's squad taking on UConn. The game's tomorrow at 12 or noon. I think most regular people call it. Yes. 11:45 is the pregame coverage on the Fan 2. It's 1460 on the AM dial. But Tyler, back to the game tonight at the Shoe. For Julian Sain, whose odds I'm looking at right now on the Heisman Trophy are second behind Fernando Mendoza. Sain's plus 145, Mendoza plus 100. What do you see as the follow-up for Sain from last week, knowing that this program is putting a Heisman campaign behind him?
Well, first off, they're putting 2 Heisman campaigns out, and it's fun to hear every single week. Julian Sain and Jeremiah Smith are going to get asked who their pick is to win the Heisman, and they pick each other. So it goes to show you the humility like we were talking about last week. But I think that the follow-up performance for Julian Sain is that he's going to continue what he's been doing. He's going to be efficient. I would expect for him to be in a spot where he may throw more touchdowns than incompletions because he's done that before this year. Again, I think expectations – for Julian Sain each week continue to get loftier, but expectations aren't necessarily something that he has to keep in mind of. He just has to go out and execute and do what he's been doing all year long. I wonder, guys, if that interception that he threw in the red zone is going to light even more of a fire under him a little bit even more, I think that could be really dangerous for opposing defenses. And I think that, too, for Sain, for how incredible of a year he's had, maybe that one little hiccup in the red zone could be perfect for him to give him something to push him forward into a performance like today. Because, it's been nothing short of remarkable what he's been doing so far through 9 games.
Other than exiting the game fully healthy, what do you think Ohio State needs to work on?
Tito, I think that they can build off running the ball efficiently. That was a big theme of last week. They had 3 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. Ryan Day said they ran the ball in the red zone really well. I think now that if they can build off that and continue to work on the run game outside of the 25-yard line, it will be really huge. UCLA, probably their best attribute as a defense is their secondary and their pass defense. They have a really good pass defense, and Kevin Coyle, their interim defensive coordinator, has a long tenured history in the NFL. He's with the Dolphins, just a great defensive mind. So I think that can allow Ohio State to get valuable reps in the run game and just to get a feel for who they feel comfortable in toting the rock. I think it is really fun, and it's exciting, honestly, to have 4 guys that can carry the rock and maybe 4 guys that have very different roles or unique skill sets that will allow them to use 4 running backs in a game and still be efficient. So I really like the freshman combination of Isaiah West and obviously Bo Jackson. You know, we learned about Bo. He led the Cleveland area in hitting last year in high school at Villa Angela St. Joseph. So he literally is someone that has the same skill set of his namesake, the other Bo Jackson. But I think that, yeah, the running game can be something that they use from last week and try to build off on tonight.
All right, Tyler, I know that Coach Day would hate if any of his players did this, but in 2 weeks, on November 29th, will be your first foray onto the field at Michigan Stadium. Have you begun any prep work for that game and just kind of what your day is going to look like in the Big House?
Yeah, I think that you're constantly prepping, and you're also trying to, you know, I think the first thing, Eric, is that you're looking what's around you, what your surroundings are like. What about the Big House stands out? There's a lot about the Big House that stands out. I think that first off, the acoustic atmosphere and how it's cavernous, it's sunken in. The top seat in the Big House is like the second story of a building. So trying to figure out what the logistics are going to be to help put you in a spot to succeed the most. So I think that, you know, you're keeping an eye on what Michigan's doing. Like today in Northwestern, I think they're up 7-6 last time I checked at the end of the first half. So you're starting to really keep an eye on these guys. You don't necessarily want to look ahead, and I'm sure for the guys that are on the field and are on the staff and the players, you know, they're not looking ahead by any means. But for the sideline guy, you're certainly starting to pay even more attention to Sharon Moore's squad.
For most of the day, they've been promising Reimer a basketball segment, so we'll do that with you right now instead. Ohio State playing Connecticut, and I know, look, the way that Kevin McGuff coaches his teams, if they can get it going defensively and if they can get shots to fall, they're a dangerous team. They're still a very talented team, but they're going against UConn. And I'm curious, what would have to happen? Not that any coach ever once say it was a moral victory, but what would have to happen, you think, for Ohio State to feel good about the program, McGuff feel good about things with this team? What has to happen tomorrow?
Well, it's definitely a statement, Tito. If they keep this to a single-digit game, obviously if they come out victorious against a number one team, especially the reigning national champion UConn Huskies, that would certainly put the college basketball universe on notice. But I think Ohio State, if they can keep it to a single-digit game, in the worst-case scenario, or even just, you know, to make sure that it's competitive and keep it close, which I do believe they're going to be able to do, that will certainly start to set off that light bulb in a lot of people's heads in women's college hoops. I think that you're right, Tito, with Ohio State's style of play, and this is why it's so effective, is that if Ohio State can run their system successfully, they're going to be able to win any game that they play in. And that's that up-tempo Kevin McGuff press style of basketball. The other thing that you'll notice when you watch this team is they've improved rebounding the basketball. Now, granted, they played Coppin State and Bellarmine, but the size has shown the first two games that increase in height and length has been evident. So I think the key, you know, UConn is a very talented team. They've got A.Z. Fudd, who was the most outstanding player in the tournament last year. They've got Sarah Strong, who was the national freshman of the year last year, could be the national player of the year this year. Certainly her and Lauren Betts of UCLA are the leaders in the clubhouse through just, you know, a week and a half into the season. But I think one key for Ohio State is to stay out of foul trouble and play clean, disciplined basketball. UConn, they don't get to the foul. Actually, they have the fifth fewest free throw attempts in the country right now. So I think if Ohio State can build off what they did last week, or last game, I should say, playing without fouling, you know, good things can certainly happen. And if they can turn over the Huskies, it should be a really fun afternoon in Hartford.
I know you've got your 12 weeks into this now, and you've called a couple of Ohio State women's basketball games. I want to give you a little bit of advice. This is what I think you need to do. Listen to the football game, the Ohio State game on this here network. Listen to it and take notes. And when you get back in town, ask Dom to sit down with you and say, Dom, here's how I would have done things differently. Give Dom some pointers and say, here's some things that you probably should have done this, and just critique, even if it's not true, just critique the hell out of him, because I think that will further cement you in this company.
If anything, it should be the other way around. Dom's a legend. And to be honest with you guys, it's funny because Dom did the 2016 Michigan-Ohio State game. So I went back and listened to that going into the year. I went back and listened to a bunch of Ohio State broadcasts. And if anything, Dom, just by osmosis, gave a couple of great pointers just by listening to him. So I'm excited to hear the legend, Dom Tiberi, tonight.
Well, Tyler, we're thrilled to have you on this team. We're thrilled that the work you've done this season has been great, and we're thrilled to see you grow in that role on the sidelines. But enjoy the heck out of tomorrow's game. I guess, tomorr's game.
Tomorrow's game.
Saturday.
Today's Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday.
Enjoy Sunday's game between the Ohio State women's basketball team and UConn. We'll catch up with you next week after Ohio State probably beats Rutgers.
There you go.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot.
Tyler joins us courtesy the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Yeah, you imagine how that conversation would go with Tyler just being like, "Hey, Dom, can I give you some pointers on just kind of how you did things?"
Right.
I don't think we could say Dom. I don't do a very good Dom, but I don't think we could even say the words that Dom would throw at Tyler.
That'd be so great
if in that situation happens.
It'd be content. We should have like the social media team on it. Right? It's content.
Look, we're idea guys.
Yes.
All we can do is just throw the ideas out into the void. Now, if they want to take them and use them, that's out of our hands, out of our control. What's in our control is how we wrap the show. We'll try to do it well next. It's Sports Saturday on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Make your list, check it twice, and shop smart this holiday season. Open a Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union and add some jingle to your wallet with $150 cash back after your first $1,500 spent within 90 days. Apply at Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Offer ends 12/31/25.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. When passion meets craft, you get High Bank Distillery Co. Home to award-winning spirits, exceptional dining, and an atmosphere that makes every visit unforgettable. Sip on their signature whiskey wort. Explore our handcrafted cocktails made with house-distilled spirits. Hungry? High Bank's menu is packed with locally sourced flavors from brunch favorites to dinner classics. Whether you're gathering with friends or discovering your next favorite drink, High Bank is the place to be. Visit their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations to experience the best in craft dining and distilling. Learn more at highbankco.com.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw?
Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Taking out the trash. Hey Columbus, this is Zach Bourne.
And Jacoby Bourne.
When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs. Taking out the trash.
Forrest Gump says he and Jenny went together like peas and carrots.
I gotta pay.
Well, the Buckeyes are the #1 team in the country, and the Fan is the #1 sports station in the country. Peas and carrots, baby. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
So Notre Dame leads Pitt 21-3 at the half. That's chalk. SC, though, South Carolina,
yes,
leads Texas A&M 30-3 at the half. It's pretty surprising. If you're someone that thought A&M was worth anything.
Hey, and look,
now they're 9-0, so
Wisconsin, same thing. He had 17-7. Wisconsin's got the ball, third quarter.
That game's going quick.
Yeah.
If they're 8.5 through the third.
Jimmy Kimmel used to famously, at the end of the show, say, like, apologies to Matt Damon, ran out of time, for a long time.
You have to apologize to somebody?
No, I think this should be a running gag with us now with Reimer about apologies to the college basketball segment.
We did some college basketball.
But we didn't involve Reimer, though.
All right. Reimer, do you want to...
How about confirming Bellarmine there with Tyler?
The Bellarmine confirmation was important.
That's something that goes on the resume, I think.
We really could not have continued the show if we kept calling it Bellarmine.
I think you update LinkedIn with the fact you got that one right.
Absolutely.
Looking at live Heisman odds now, it's Mendoza -110, Julian Sain +145, Ty Simpson, Alabama +900. Diego Pavia has now overtaken Marcel Reed +2,000. These are the live odds. Reed has the same odds at +2,500 as Jeremiah Smith.
Mendoza's 14-16 for 194, 2 touchdowns, no picks today so far.
I do think for this Heisman race, it's advantageous for Ohio State that you have Mendoza playing right now because you can look and see what he did. And if you are truly putting forth a Heisman campaign, we just say in Heisman, then he's got to have better stats.
Yeah.
Because that's a game probably nobody's watching considering what else is on. And by that I mean Indiana, Wisconsin. And I also mean Ohio State, UCLA, because nobody's watching it. They'll be listening to it on the Fan.
Yes, they will. Yes.
Which will have the
Dan Bird
tailgate.
will be taking notes for Dom.
Probably won't.
Should be.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do it. And say, hey, Tyler told me to tell you this.
That would be terrific.
That's what I should do.
If you and Bob had him on Morning Juice on Monday and said, look, we just got this from Tyler. He took notes on your performance.
Right. He really thought
and then
you
just have Bob grill it.
Yeah.
Live on camera. Just crush Dom with what he thought. And there's not... I mean, if we're being serious, there's probably not going to be much to critique him because he could do this in his sleep.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we say. It sounded like you're doing it in your sleep because you got a little wordy there in the third quarter of one of your analysis there, and you were a little late on the cell, and I'm just not sure what you were seeing there.
Carnell Tate update just wasn't in quick enough. We don't have one. I know Ryan Day said that it was something that they felt comfortable having him just go through warm-ups and then stand on the sidelines kind of awkwardly. And that's the tricky part with injuries and not being fully transparent about them.
Yeah.
Is that when guys on Twitter with a couple hundred followers have what they consider sources that say he's going to be gone for the season, it's kind of the thing that you create. I do wish they would have been a little better about that.
Oh, yeah.
If he was dealing with something during the week.
Yeah.
Just put it out there on the report, because then if he's not playing, you sit there and wonder, why is he just standing there?
And
then the Big Ten Network doesn't get to it till the second quarter.
It's not going to alter the victor.
No.
It's not going to
change. It will make no difference.
Yeah.
I would imagine that if it was Michigan, yes, he's playing.
Right.
But today is also not Michigan. Next week is also not Michigan. But you'd like to have him out there to get some reps. So the first game back in a month is not Michigan.
Right.
Because you won't need him to beat UCLA. You're not going to need him to beat Rutgers. You're going to like to have him on the field against the Wolverines.
If they put Keenholz in the entire game today, and Carnell Tate doesn't play, Ohio State still wins by their own score.
I'll tell you what, if they didn't publicly say, we saying Heisman, that's not the craziest thing you've said. But they did, so that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because they now have to back those up.
They do.
And so far, I mean, I don't expect them not to.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, Nico Iamaleava not playing.
Right.
He got a concussion last week against Nebraska that somehow the symptoms didn't pop up till the middle of the week.
I don't know if he said a great concussion or a bad concussion.
Like, if the Big Ten on their website is going to offer like injury updates, can we all just please be honest and transparent about them?
It felt like he beat concussion until today.
The first football player ever, Nico Iamaleava, and his brother Madden will serve as the backup. But our thoughts currently, and will be tonight, with Luke Duncan, who's going to be probably making, he might not make a pass, or he might not even attempt a pass tonight. But if he does attempt one and complete one, it'll be the first one he does in college. We've got to step aside as some actual professionals. We'll be hitting the fan here in a couple minutes. You got the Tailgate Show with Matty Ice, Devere Posey, and Dane Senzenbacher. Tito and I will be relegated to the fans' post-game show next week, regardless of the kick time against Rutgers, which we're still waiting for, and then 2 weeks against the enemy of mankind. And you can hear it all on the Fan.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvies. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car.
Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer.
Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Why do we change the oil on a car?
So it works better and lives longer.
Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system?
So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point.
We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
ECO.
But you cannot get EcoFi Advantage for your car.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all three systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See Menards.com for details.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Looking for a bottle of the best blended whiskey in America? Well, look no further than High Bank Distillery Co. Their Whiskey War Barrel Proof won this prestigious title at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. That's the most prestigious spirits competition in the world. From their classic Whiskey War to Double Oak to my personal favorite, the Cigar Cask, there is something for everyone. Find a bottle near you and learn more at highbankdistillery.com. Drink the best, forget the rest.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and